Hello, and thank you for tuning into this presentation on California's bridge infrastructure. My name is Michael Nelson, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the problems that are currently facing California's bridges and what public officials can do moving forward to make sure that we can mitigate these issues that are being presented. Currently, California is iconic for some of its bridges like the Golden Gate Bridge, the Sundial Bridge you see there on the bottom, the Bay Bridge where they just installed the East Wing a few years ago, and also the Bigsby Creek Bridge that we saw on the first slide. Right now, evaluators use three different classifications for bridges to analyze them and see what their current state is. The first is structurally deficient, meaning that it needs significant maintenance or repair. The second is functionally obsolete, which means that it does not meet current building standards and also causes inefficiencies in California traffic. And the third is aging. Structurally deficient. So this classifications mean that a lot of the critical components of a bridge are currently deteriorating or are facing slight damage and in the future going to need a lot of repair. They don't currently pose an immediate threat to public safety, but they do require regular checkups to make sure that they have not gotten worse over time. Right now, more than 7% of California's bridges do fall into this category. This is a 40% decrease from 2013. However, it is important that we continue to see this number decrease so that way we make sure that our bridges have strong integrity moving forward. Are functionally obsolete bridges. So this is typically seen when lanes are too narrow, there's not enough height clearance, there's no shoulder for stalled cars, and it's causing a lot of inefficiencies in traffic. These are seen on some of the major roadways because you're not able to sometimes expand bridges as quickly as you might be able to expand a freeway. And in the rarest cases, this classification indicates a more serious structural issue. Right now, California ranks as the second highest percentage of functionally obsolete bridges across the United States that contribute to traffic issues. And right now we have about 4,400 bridges, or about 17% of the state's bridges, that fall within this category. The third classification we have is aging. Most bridges are designed for a 50-year lifespan. Right now, the average bridge in California is 42 years old. And this was because of the white flight and the suburbanization movement that occurred in the 1960s and the 1970s that forced California to build a lot of bridges in a short period of time to account for a lot of people moving out to the suburbs. So now what we're seeing is we're hitting that right around that 50-year lifespan where bridges are going to need repair, replacement, or just complete destruction just to protect its integrity. Right now, over half of our bridges are over 50 years old, and even 13% of them are more than 75 years old. So this is a current problem, and it is something that we're only going to see continuing as bridges continue to grow older. Right now, California has a nearly $6 billion shortfall of bridge repair needs because right now the cost annually to repair California's bridges fall right around $8 billion. However, right now, California is only bringing in right around $2.3 billion in revenue to supply these repairs. So this is an issue that we need to address moving forward, especially because with the 4,400 functionally obsolete bridges needing $12.2 billion for repairs, we have about $20 billion of bridge repairs that are currently being needed. And so programs like Senate Bill 1 are things that we're gonna have to continue to push moving forward. On a local level, there is the Local Bridge Seismic Retrofit Account. And this is an account that helps provide funding for bridges that need repairs at the local level, but right now most localities are not using it. And the reason this is important is because for every dollar spent on repairs now means $4 to $12 avoided later. So for localities that have small budgets, this is a really important program that they need to take advantage of. For safety, this is also another cost because a lot of our bridges right now do not meet the standards of weight, clearance, or seismic activity. Right now, 40% of the culverts, or the bottom part of bridges that allow water to flow underneath or traffic to flow underneath, they need repair, and we have over 500 bridges that are in distressed condition. This means that there are a lot of safety issues as well being presented and not just cost issues that need to be addressed immediately. Right now, recommendations from experts include to advocate for similar legislation in Senate Bill 1. This would increase user-based funding and impose more taxes on automated goods to increase our revenue to make sure that we can address that almost $8 billion needed for annual repairs. Second, what we should do is when we get that funding is we should use that money to repair the bridges that are in fair condition and avoid the ones that are in poor condition, so that way we can at least make sure that we're not contributing more to this, the structurally deficient category. And third, we should be utilizing the Bridge Health Index to make sure that we are giving a true representation of the bridge health across the state. This system, as opposed to the federal system, uses a 100-point inspection checklist that allows for a complete analysis of a bridge health from the railings on the side to the foundation itself. And moving forward, California public officials need to address such issues because there are talks of even more bridges being built to connect places like Palmdale and Victorville. This connection could actually be really important for California's commerce because it would connect Canada to Mexico and cut all the way through California. So that way our trade and our commercial activity would be able to increase and we could fuel the economy. However, if such a project is going to survive just like any other project, it's going to need major assurance that we have a system that's going to make sure that it maintains its integrity, that it gets the repairs that it needs, and that it's also completely funded by California, and that it doesn't create any further debt. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day.